an important theme today to discuss about why we require teachers. Teachers have shaped this world times immemorial, and they are going to shape this world in the future too. And therefore, I think this is something very important to have a dialogue to discuss why we require a good teacher in the present times more than any time.
I totally agree with you, Veera ma'am. In fact, in today's divided world, where people are so divided, inclusive education happens only when teachers are focused on inclusive classrooms. AI is one of the most non-inclusive media that you could think of. AI creates bias because the developer has biases, and AI is a non-human person, so it has no ethics. So the people who are excluded, the marginalization, the gap between the haves and have-nots, it increases greatly when you hand over the classroom to non-human people like AI, robots, chatbots, agentic AI, anybody else you could think of. It is only a human teacher who could realize that the student is being left out, maybe because of language, maybe because he's a first generation learner, maybe because he's not smart enough. Because what AI does when it recruits or when it selects students is it creates a box and it says English speaking, tick, looks, tick, personality, tick, or it crosses you out. But what the teacher sees, the human teacher sees, is the spark in the child that no AI could ever see. And that is why I feel that the human touch that is there in the classroom should never be lost and can never be replaced. So I feel among all the professions that AI could take over, teaching is the last one.
Well, it's well said, because it's very, very obvious. What human can do, any technology cannot do. And when a person is abroad, the human touch and hand holding, which is so important, that is where the role of the teacher comes. You mentioned earlier the nation building. It's not only the nation building ultimately, but a person's existence itself, to how to survive in a world which is being more and more complicated, don't know where to position oneself. Family there are concerned, and in personal life, prayer life, and in learning. And wherein a teacher comes in and see the holistic manner, the family factors, personal factors, learning factors. It's a way a teacher molds and integrates the whole aspects of it. I think that is the beauty of the teacher who is coming in, in the ultimately the nation building.
Yes.
If we speak about world globalization, global world, and all that.
Yeah. I think Jolly ma'am well said. Rajani ma'am, I think very good inputs. Partly because I think we are in the human world, and you totally agree. We all totally agree that I think teachers have a better possibility of building this world for better. I always remember this Michael Jackson's song, Heal the World, Make It a Better Place. I think teachers would be the best persons actually to find out, as Rajani ma'am said, there is a sparkle, right? There is a twinkle in the eyes of the young students. There is a creativity, and every generation, brings up new creativity to this world. And if at all this creativity has to go to the weakest of the weak, disadvantage in the society, and make it a better place, I think teachers are the only, what you call a domain, where they would experiment, they would try to see the minds, how they can be groomed. Each student is different, and I'm sure in a class of, let's say, 60, there are 60 minds. And these 60 minds perceive things very differently. And I'm sure a good teacher is an asset to this society.
Yeah, well, in another way, I would look at is that the teaching profession gives a person the best platform for learning and getting advanced. And we also feel challenged, to learn more, what's happening more, and what is around there. Unlike many other, like in the holistic, your own area, where the student has to learn another element. Everything, that is the beauty of one person to get updated also. It simply gives this professional platform for keeping updating, learning. And I personally really enjoy how you get to update it. The platform makes makes me updated. So that is personally you grow. And we also learn from one another. Being in a context like a university.
I would like to add in one word to what both of them were saying. I think teaching is the only place where I feel being wrong is being right. My students often prove me wrong, and I'm never happier than when they prove me wrong. They may have failed in the exam, they may have done a supplementary exam, but when they come back 5 years later and say, "Ma'am, I'm the territory manager for MRF in North Karnataka," I go down to them and say, I'm happiest to be proved wrong. The education system has to be challenged and must be won over by the students. We acknowledge that our system is full of errors, and that is the beauty of the education system, because the human capability, the capability of our students are infinite, and many students I have thought would be nothing in life, they come back and teach me that I was wrong. So I go back to that yardstick, I change it again, and I think that yardstick has been challenged and changed and developed and molded only by my students. So I feel the reason the teacher exists is the student. There is nothing more symbiotic or more life-giving or more, I would say, dharmic than teaching. And that is why I would like to end by saying, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshataha. The defenders of the faith are to be defended. Where dharma is being good. Dharma is not a religious connotation. Dharma is just being right, and the students are always right. Sometimes we show them the right path here and there, but they teach us much more than we teach them. In this symbiotic relationship, y'all are the people who show us the direction. Though often we feel we are molding you, as I grow older, I'm wondering whether you are molding me or I'm molding you. But it's a very, very beautiful relationship. Education is, I do not know, I find no words to describe the beauty of that process, where my own framework is constantly being reaffirmed, changed and reaffirmed.
Challenged and then has grown.
Okay.
I think Madam has already given a conclusive note, but I think it is something to create a just world, and that is possible with the help of the teachers. And this learning teaching experience brings it to the best of
wonderfully.
Yes,
wonderfully.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.